5-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. Speed gun powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Seiya hitting .274 as he swings and fouls it back and out of play. Seiya had a single, double, and home run a couple of days ago against San Diego.
Today's going to be one of these rare games, Pat, here as of late, that the wind really is not going to be much of a factor. The flag's very limp in center field, so the ball will carry, but normal carry, not wind-blown carry.
Seiya had a good look at a breaking ball, and it was low and outside, 2-2. Nothing game, bottom of the first. This is the only day game going on around the big leagues on this very special American weekend. And now the set for the 2-2. The runner not going. Seiya takes outside. So we've gone about as far as we can go in this plate appearance. Ian Happ is on deck. Let's see if Seiya gets something to hammer here on 3-2.
Defensive alignment, as we're talking, the center fielder moving over towards Church, towards right center now.
Seiya hits one foul. He waited as long as he could on a breaking ball and just did foul it back. He almost did the splits.
Yeah, I'll tell you the one thing about Palante that he does very well, because of his arm action going right over the top, he does a good job with the slider and the curveball of getting on top of those pitches and getting downward movement on them.
Bush leads. There he goes. The pitch taken high, ball 4. After the first two men were retired, Bush had the swinging bunt single. And now Suzuki a base on balls. And here is Ian Happ.
Now here's where you need a big 2-out hit from Ian. Defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handle. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Playing Ian in the outfield around towards left center.
The pitch on the way to Happ. Swing and a foul back. Ian, interesting. He takes a lot of first pitches, but every once in a while it's like he's anticipating what a scouting report might say about him,
yep.
Which is he's taking the first one, yep. And then he starts jumping on the first one.
Now you get runners in scoring position. I don't blame him.
Here comes the 0-1. And Happ lays off a pitch high, 1-1. Palante lifetime 0-4 against the Cubs. Against the league this year, he's pitching well. 9 wins already before the All-Star break. 9-5. 2 outs, 2 on, no score. The 1-1 from Palante. Happ hits a ground ball foul past first.
Feel like a Bosch prediction. Brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch. Now, are you in the Bosching mood?
I could be. Make me an offer.
Yeah, well, they did. Our station.
Here comes the stretch. That was quick.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. Happ takes high for a ball, 2-2. So now it's just a verbal offer, nothing in writing just yet.
Well,
is that what you're saying?
To you, yes. Sorry about that, partner, but
now I'm confused.
Yeah,
and it doesn't take much.
Yeah, I was going to say, jump in my shoes. It's a daily occurrence.
Here's the 2-2 to Happ. Pulled foul on the ground, right side. Palante throwing a lot of off-speed stuff. He's up to 21 pitches in this first inning, and it's still going on.
And you see with all those breaking balls he's throwing, guys are hitting that pitch on the ground, and that's where you see all the ground ball action he gets.
Runners take their leads. Bush away from second. Suzuki off of first. No score, 2 down, first inning. Happ swings and misses, strike 3. Best fastball of the inning, quite possibly, from Andre Palante. Cubs don't score. We go to inning number 2. 0-0 game on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Oh my...
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Service Titan is the only fully integrated AI that automates your entire workflow. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors, ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
The core short from Viore is one pair I keep reaching for. Morning run, afternoon training, watching the game, it doesn't matter. Soft four-way stretch, built-in liner, comfortable all day. Plus, they look good enough to wear well beyond the gym. Ready to try a pair? Head to Viore.com/MLB and get 20.
Top two at Wrigley. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Pat?
Okay, Zach, thank you. Alec Burleson, left-handed batting first baseman, hitting .274, takes a strike from David Peterson. Bregman shallow at third, anticipating a bunt possibly. The 0-1 is lifted foul and out of play, and now Bregman will back up at third. Great crowd at Wrigley, ready to make some noise and have some fun. The 0-2 pitch bounced back to the mound. Good play by Peterson. His throw low to first, but handled by Bush. And that's out number one. Good reactions, though, on the comebacker.
Yeah, this ball's hit sharply. It probably going to be fielded by Dansby at short, but if Peterson can get it, easier play than it going all the way out to short. Nice play. Good reactions by Peterson.
In response to the devastating earthquakes in Venezuela, the Cubs and Cubs Charities are very generously donating $50,000 to support humanitarian relief efforts for communities impacted by the disaster. Mason Wynn, the batter, hits it in the air to right, slicing foul, and this ball is going to be back out of play. No score, second inning. In fact, fans attending this series are encouraged to donate by scanning the QR codes displayed around Wrigley Field, including on video boards and digital signage. Donations will also be accepted online at www.cubscharities.org. There is a ball. It's 1-1. That's www.cubscharities.org. Here's a swing and a miss. Good fastball. And that began at midnight last night, and it'll run through the 3rd of July until midnight that evening. So that's tonight. There's a pitch in there for a call. Strike three. Kind of a delayed call by Dan Bellino on a nice off-speed pitch. And Mason Wynn is out number two.
Yeah, it's a little backdoor hook that catches a corner away and at the knees. Very good pitch for strike three. You know, I played in Venezuela, Pat, years ago in winter ball, and my home city was Puerto La Cruz, Venezuela. But we played many games in Caracas and, you know, around the country. Just phenomenally nice people. Boy, you know they're really struggling right now with all the devastation from that earthquake.
Yeah, some of the video very hard to watch. The 1-0 pitch is hit foul off to the left out of play. You think about kids and you think about family members being separated from one another, and it's too horrendous to even imagine.
Yeah, they've gone through a lot. They really have.
Now the 1-1 to Fermin. Off-speed pitch is outside. Going to hold on to that and possibly read that again during this broadcast. No score. We're in the second inning. And the next pitch on the way. It's outside. Well, we had quite a storm. You'd call it a big league rainstorm about 2 hours before the game. It was as dark as you could possibly imagine and pouring rain. And the wind was downright frightening. There is a strike in the count, 3-2. I thought the foul poles were just going to get blown over.
I have never seen the flags in center field above our scoreboard get blown like that. I was worried about, you're talking about straight line winds and things like that. That was something.
Fly ball to left, down the line. Could be trouble in the corner. That's going to be a fair ball bouncing up against the wall. Happ chasing it down, and Jose Fermin has a 2-out double. So with 2 down, a man at second, and the batter is Blaze Jordan.
Well, Peterson tries to go up and in with the 2-seamer, and Fermin does a really good job of getting ahead of the bat out to this ball. He hooks it down the line, and it just stays fair. It bounces off the basket on one hop and stays in the field of play. So a 2-out double.
Jordan hitting .214. Right-handed batting third baseman. He'll take a strike. Cardinals still trying to fill the spot that Nolan Arenado held down for several years at third base. He has since moved on. Now the 0-1 from David Peterson. This pitch is down low, and it's 1-1. I would say the Cardinals still probably trying to replace Yadier Molina behind the plate. He was such a fixture for 2 full decades and a tremendous player. Here's the 1-1, and it's down low. And I've always thought, Ron, when you have a star player like that, and name any star player for any big league team, if he's been there 10 or 15 years, it's going to take a while to transition away from him.
It really is. And the Cardinals have showed they tried to go out, sign Wilson Contreras.
Liner off the body of Peterson. It goes to short, no play, and now is Peterson okay? He never fell down, but that hit him flush, and I'm not sure where it got him. He's walking around between the mound and second base. Trainer Nick Frangella running out. Peterson never went down, but it hit him square in the body. And let's take another look, Ron.
Yeah, it either hit him in the body, part arm and body, and like rib cage area. He's pointing. Let's see where this ball gets him. Oh no, it gets him in the chest. How about that? I did not think that was the case, but it hit him in the, I believe, in the left chest area, kind of your pectoral muscle, kind of, and then goes towards third.
So the left-hander will make a few warm-up tosses. He never fell down, but it hit him and then caromed out towards second base. And after just one warm-up, he says, "I'm okay." Watching it again here, Ron, it looks like it nailed him over on the right side, maybe in the upper arm on the right side. What do you think?
Yeah, it's up in that. He pointed at his chest, like his pec muscle, but might have got part arm and chest the way it deflected.
Nathan Church, the batter, runners at first and third, 2 down, no score, second inning. As Jordan gets the infield single, Fermin went to third on the play. Church, a .254 hitter, left-handed batting, number 9 batsman. Peterson's pitch. Church will take a strike. Cardinals got in the wee hours. They came in from Atlanta, where they took 2 out of 3 against the Braves. The Braves very tough to beat in their park this year. Cardinals enjoyed a 7-run 7th inning last night in an easy win. Now the 1-1. Hit in the air, foul out of play. What's on your mind on 1 and 2?
Well, you got some options. You can go at a slower breaking ball, to me, against Church, he's come up and, he's got a couple hundred at bats, 7 home runs, so he's got some pop in his bat. But I would think this looks like down and away slider to me.
Lefty to lefty, the 1-2. There was the breaking ball, line foul. Church was fooled a little bit, did not take a great swing, kind of a protection type swing, and almost poked it down the left field line. David Peterson, the long-legged left-hander, ready for the 1-2 pitch. And a pickoff throw to first.
The pitching strategy, up and in, down and away, up and in, down and away. They've been doing that since the beginning of baseball. Still works.
And probably will be doing it years and years from now. Here's the 1-2. Low and outside, blocked skillfully by Kelly. A little extra pressure on a catcher when you call for breaking balls that might end up in the dirt when you've got a guy at third and 2 outs. Runners take their leads, first and third. No score, second inning. The 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air, foul off to the left and out of play.
Went away with the heater that last pitch. Good pitch in the outside corner. Church has done a good job of spoiling some good pitches from Peterson.
It's cloudy and warm, 77, a little on the muggy side. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a foul back. He tried to sneak a fastball inside on him. And Church fouled it back. Cloudy skies. Lights have been turned on early in the afternoon. And we welcome all of you for tuning in the radio to join us here at Wrigley Field. Here's the 2-2. Hit in the air to right. Trouble. Back is Suzuki at the wall. It's a 3-run home run. Nathan Church, a 3-run homer to right. And the Cardinals score first.
I believe this is a breaking ball, but it doesn't get away. It stays up and out over the plate. Church stays on this pitch, doesn't give it the front side, and then just hooks it. It's a line drive over Suzuki's head. And as we've seen all weekend long, the ball carrying here at Wrigley and ends up in about the third row of the bleachers.
Again, you just know the ball is going to carry today. I would make a Bosch prediction run. I'll bet we're going to see at least 5 home runs in this game between these two teams.
Yeah, it very well could be. It's going to be another one of those days. Tommy Hotovy going to the mound to talk to his left-hander.
Peterson got the first 2. Then Fermin doubled. Jordan had the infield single off the body of the pitcher, Peterson, and now a 3-run homer by Church. And J.J. Weatherholt takes a strike.
Well, and this has all happened since the line drive back at him.
There comes the 0-1 to Weatherholt, and that'll miss downstairs. That is always a very frightening thing to watch, and you can only imagine being a pitcher with that ball coming back at you at a frightening speed, and you just don't have a chance trying to get protection. You don't even have time to get your glove, for example, up in front of your head.
Yeah, no, it's balls are hitting certain spots. You're just going to get hit with it if it's hit hard.
Now the 1-2, a swing and a miss, strike 3, but the Cardinals score first. They get 3 runs on the number 9 hitter, Nathan Church, with a 3-run homer. We go to the bottom of inning number 2, 3-0 Redbirds on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Pickup. Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
If you're a commercial contractor, you know the game. Service work projects, crew tracking, cash flow, margins, and more. Here's the problem. You're running your business with disjointed systems that just aren't cutting it. If that's the case, I need to tell you about Service Titan, the only end-to-end platform built specifically for service and construction work. From prospecting and bidding to install, maintenance, retrofits, and everything in between, Service Titan gives you the tools you need to thrive. Learn more at ServiceTitan.com. That's ServiceTitan.com.
The Stratotech tee from Viore is one of those shirts you put on once and immediately get why people love it. It's incredibly soft, stretches with you, dries fast, and still looks sharp enough to wear from
GrandAppliance.com for full details.
Don't wait. Wrigley Field experiences are still available for the September 12th game. VIP packages include game tickets, a pregame reception, a tour, and a meet and greet with a current Cubs player. Learn more at Cubs.com/Wrigley Field Experience. Pat?
Well, let's see if the Cubs can answer the 3 runs by the Cardinals with a rally of their own. Nico Horner taking ball 1. Palente's pitch in there. Nope, it's taken high for ball 2. The Cardinals are going to challenge that call by Dan Bellino.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
And it was a strike.
Pitch is a strike. Count is 1-1.
So far, Herrera is 2 for 2 in his challenges. Nico hitting .240. And a pitch on the way. Horner hits a drive toward right center field. On the run is Church. And that ball is going to be a base hit. It hits the ground, I believe. Or is it a catch? Is it a catch by Walker in right?
Brock Ballou, the second base umpire, went out, and Walker is the guy that makes the play on it. He calls it a catch. And look again, yes, he makes a great sliding catch in right center field. Excellent play, showed great range and speed for the big fella playing right.
Brock Ballou, the second base umpire, had good eyes to see that catch, and it was a clean grab. One away, and Michael Conforto steps in. 3-0 St. Louis, second inning. First pitch to Conforto is down low for ball 1. And the next offering on the way. Bouncing ball to the right side. Routine play for Weatherholt. And that's going to be out number 2. Conforto is retired, and the batter is Carson Kelly.
Now, one thing in the early going here, just in kind of paying close attention to what Palente's doing, he's hitting his spots. He really is. That last fastball was a 4-seamer, straight as a string, but right on the border of the inside corner. So he has been able to locate his pitches around the edges of the strike zone.
Here's Carson Kelly. Let's see if Carson can keep the inning alive for the sizzling hot Dansby Swanson. Dansby, the hottest slugger in the game right now. Coming off of an 8 RBI performance a couple of days ago against San Diego, including a grand slam. 1 ball and 1 strike on Kelly. 3 different starting times in this weekend series. Night game tomorrow, day game Sunday. We'll get you the exact starting times a bit later. Here's a foul off to the right, out of play. Kelly hitting .281. The Cardinals started their rally with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the inning. Let's see if Kelly can get on. Right-hander to right-hander. Palante ready. And the 1-2 serve is taken down low. 2-2.
Looking around the ballpark now and up in the sky and the planes coming into Chicago. 2 hours ago, it's about as bad a storm as we've seen blow through Wrigley, and now it's like a beautiful night here at the friendly confines.
Kelly hits a bouncer toward the middle. A diving stop by Wynn, but no play. Wynn dove for the ball, kept it on the infield, but could not glove it cleanly. And once you dive for a ball as a shortstop and it comes out of your glove, you have almost no chance.
Yep. The other thing about that play, Pat, is even if he comes up with the ball where he catches it clean, that is an area where they dump a lot of the water, when they remove the tarp and they first flip it over. If you noticed, he dove for that ball, but he kept sliding because that ground is still, got to be damp.
Dansby Swanson hits one in the air to right, playable for Walker. Over near the line, makes the catch to end the inning. Cubs don't score. It's on to inning number 3. Cardinals 3, Cubs nothing on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on 104.3 The Score.
For over 6.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good, but you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the Markable Fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs? Or the cool relatives still living in NYC, the city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
This summer, your passport isn't required. Welcome to Summer in Tokyo at P.F. Chang's. Inspired by the color and energy of Tokyo's vibrant sushi scene, these
Time 3 at Wrigley. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Cubs nothing. Cloudy and 74 degrees. The flags not moving above the center field scoreboard. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
Okay, Zach, Ivan Herrera will lead things off against the left-hander David Peterson and take outside for ball 1. Herrera lined out to Swanson at short in the first inning. He pulls a bouncer foul toward third. Just getting started in this weekend series between the Cubs and Cardinals, always special. Cubs 5 games behind Milwaukee in this division race. Here's a swing and a foul back. 7:08 is the game time tomorrow night, so a regular time right after 7 o'clock. Shota Imanaga against Kyle Leahy. The Sunday game at 1:30, and that's on Peacock Television. Tomorrow night's game is on Fox TV. Sunday's matchup, Javier Assad and Matthew Liberatore. Line drive, base hit to center by Ivan Herrera.
Second sharply hit ball Herrera's hit. you recall, he's the guy that hit the line drive at Dansby that he caught in the air, and they tried to double off runner at first, and the ball ended up ricocheting off Michael Bush's glove, went into the dugout or camera wall. And that's the second line drive he's hit.
Jordan Walker, the batter. Walker struck out in the first inning. No crouch at all in his batting stance. And the first pitch, check swing, it's a strike. A call made by Mark Ripperger, the first base umpire. Cardinals playing at Wrigley for the first time this season. Cubs beat them 5 out of the 6 at Wrigley a year ago, including the final 3 of the regular season in late September. Outside to Walker, 1-1. And now the pitch by Peterson. Line to left center in the gap, base hit all the way to the wall, bouncing off the vines, racing to third, and holding is Herrera on a double by Jordan Walker. And the Cardinals already leading by 3, threatening with men at second and third and nobody out.
Yeah, this ball well struck. This is a fastball or a cutter that just comes to the inner half, up a little bit. Walker got the head of the bat to it and bangs it off the right next to the 368 mark in left center field.
See what the Cubs infield will do. Some of the Cub infielders looking into the dugout.
I think they're playing the middle infielders back a little bit. Herrera, the catcher, does not run well at third.
Velasquez, the batter. Nelson Velasquez fouls it back 0-1.
So let's say, Dansby's playing halfway in. A sharply ground ball to Dansby. If Herrera takes off for the plate, he's going to throw home.
Peterson working out of the stretch. Runners take their leads, second and third. Nobody out. Cardinals already leading 3-0. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Now if you're Peterson, you're thinking strikeout, Ron.
Yeah, you either go down and in, you got options. He's had an excellent changeup so far today. That last one was a fastball that was running away from Velasquez. It might be a good time for that changeup.
Peterson taking a little extra time. Big, tall southpaw ready for the 0-2 pitch to Velasquez. Swung on and fouled away. Upper deck, right side. We're getting close to a station break. We'll pass one along as soon as Velasquez bats. Here comes the 0-2. Fouled away. 10 for ID right here. In fact, this is the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
David Peterson with a brand new ball ready for the 0-2 pitch. It's on the way. Hit high in the air into left center. It's deep. It is playable for Pete Carr Armstrong, but a run will score. The throw goes to third. The throw is going to be offline, and the Cardinals score a run. And the runner from second, Walker, advances to third. It's 4-0 St. Louis. Velasquez with the RBI.
Yeah, this ball pretty well struck, hit really high in the air, and as you said, Pat, deep, about a step in from the warning track is where Pete catches this in deep left center field. Because of that, both runners advance.
4-0 St. Louis. Cubs have the infield in. Alec Burleson, left-handed batter, waiting. And he'll take outside.
Cardinals have a few guys with big RBI numbers so far this season. Burleson, one of them. He's got 58 with 14 home runs.
Lefty to lefty. Chopper foul right side. This guy takes a big swing.
Big, strong guy, there's no doubt. He's looking to hit a ball a long way.
Slightly open stance. Very little crouch in his batting stance. The bearded left-handed batter waiting for David Peterson. The 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball right side, glove by Bush. Nice play, holding at third is the runner, and Bush runs over and steps on the bag. Beautiful play by Michael Bush. He dove and made the stop, looked over at third to make sure that Walker wasn't thinking about trying to score, and then ran over to step on the bag at first.
Walker did not get a very good lead or break off third base, and that's probably why he held. This usually is a play where the runner at third base would be going on contact, but he did not get a good break at all.
Mason Wynn, the batter. He'll take a strike.
Third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union.
4-0 Cardinals, 2 down, third inning. Here's a roller foul toward the third base dugout. 0-2. What do you like here, Ron?
Well, you got a couple options. I think so far for Peterson, his best pitch has been the changeup. That's been the best pitch in particular to the right-handed hitter.
Peterson with a brand new ball, ready for the 0-2. Short lead by the runner Walker at third. And the 2-strike pitch, just a little bit inside, didn't miss by much. 1-2 to Mason Wynn.
Well, now you got him set up for that changeup. See if he goes to change down and away.
And the 1-2. A line drive, shallow right field. That's going to be a base hit. It looked like the pitch you talked about, Ron. Yep. The changeup low and away, and Wynn goes right with it and strokes a single into right, and the Cardinals have scored again and lead 5-0.
Yeah, it is changeup. It's up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. It's above the knees. And if it was probably down about 6 inches lower, you might have got a strikeout, but it was up about maybe mid-thigh, and Wynn put a pretty good swing on it and just dumped it in the short right.
Fermin, the batter, he drives one toward right center in the gap. That's going to be trouble, and it's going to score a run. Wynn, who runs very well, racing around third and scoring. And the Cardinals now lead 6-0 on an RBI double by Jose Fermin, his second double of the day.
Fermin's first at bat, he doubled right down the left field line, hit one to the track that just barely stayed in the field of play. And now this time, pitch away, he splits the defense in right center. Pete has to go chase this ball down and ends up driving in another run. Third run in the inning for St. Louis.
They lead 6-0. Blaze Jordan, the batter, hits a fly ball into center field. It'll be caught by PCA, and that ends the inning. But the Cardinals, with back-to-back 3-run innings, lead 6-0 in the middle of the third on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents...
2 balls and no strikes. Cubs trail 6-0, third inning. Nobody out and a man at second. This big crowd ready to make some noise. The 2-0 from Palante. And Bregman will take a strike. 2-1. With the weather warming up now and becoming very hitting friendly at Wrigley and other parks this time of year. Let's see if Bregman starts to lift that batting average. He's better than a 240 hitter.
Yeah, he's just been a much better offensive player through his career. He's got 30 RBIs and 7 home runs.
Here's the 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2. I think when a guy signs a big free agent contract run, sometimes he's trying. I mean, he's really pressing maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I would absolutely agree with that. That you just, the self-inflicted pressure on trying to play is, and get off to a great start can be a problem.
And the 2-2 pitch. Curveball is low, blocked by the catcher Herrera. Palante, after 2+ innings, is up to 45 pitches. I think most managers are happy in conditions like this if their starter goes 5 full innings.
Yeah, I would agree.
Anything beyond that would be gravy. Pete Crow Armstrong at second, nobody out. 6-0 St. Louis. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fouled away, and we'll do it again.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
I'll start the attendance guesses with 40,404. I put a lot of time into that guess.
It's like a good poker hand. Get a full house.
Yeah. Now the 3-2. Bregman bounces one to third. Glove by Jordan. The throw across in time, and Pete moves up to third after the throw across.
Now, Pete does a very good job. He doesn't give ground back towards second after he takes his secondary lead. He just holds his ground. And because of that, then the throw goes across the diamond from Jordan, and Pete just takes off for third. Not even a throw at third base. So very nice base running play by Pete Crow Armstrong.
So Michael Busch with an RBI opportunity. And he'll take outside for a ball. Kind of an awkward-looking delivery by Palante. Almost looked like that ball slipped out of his hand. Cubs trying to get on the board, down by 6. A lot of baseball left. Only in the third inning. The 1-0. Off speed down low, ball 2.
Cubs need to get on the board here. You get a great scoring chance. You'd love to see Michael get something up out over the plate and hammer one into the bleachers.
Again, he had a 3-homer game against these Redbirds a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. And the 2-0. Hit in the air to shallow left. Racing in the left fielder Fermin. No chance for Pete to tag, and that's out number 2 as the throw comes in. Busch pops out to shallow left, and it's up to Seiya Suzuki.
Yeah, even with the great speed that Pete has at third base, this ball very shallow. He would have been out by 10 steps.
The umpires, we mentioned Bellino behind the plate, Ripperger at first, Ballou at second, Merzel at third. Let's see if Seiya can drive in the run. And the pitch to Seiya. It's in for a strike. The announcement of the umpires. Brought to you by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Old National Bank. Suzuki had a base on balls in the first. The 0-1 from Palante. And Seiya takes way outside, ball 2. Make it ball 1. 1-1.
1-1. Seiya's a cleanup hitter today. They're sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Bosch kitchen today at grandappliance.com. Pat was feeling Boschish today.
Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a bouncer foul. 1-2.
I'd like to know what that means, but I got nothing.
Oddly enough, it made sense to me. I was comfortable with it.
Yeah. That's why we get along so well.
1-2 on Suzuki. This crowd ready to make some noise. The 1-2 pitch. And Seiya takes high for a ball.
Seiya has done a lot of damage over the last few weeks on breaking balls away. See if he gets one here. That last pitch was a high fastball. See if he gets a hook and he hammers it to the middle of the diamond.
Here's the 2-2. Outside, it's 3-2.
Yeah, he got the breaking ball, but Palante did not throw it in the zone.
Cubs in their City Connect Friday afternoon uniforms. White trousers, powder blue shirts with red numbers on their backs. Cardinals in their traveling grays. Gray shirts and pants. Seiya fouls it back. Cardinals have red hats, helmets, numbers, sleeves, and socks. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. 2 down, a man at third. Cubs trail by 6. And the pitch hit in the air to left center. Pretty well hit. Back goes Church. Back near the fence. Church makes the catch. Right up against the wall in deep left center, and the inning comes to an end. Cubs squander a leadoff double by PCA. We go to inning number 4. Cardinals 6, Cubs nothing on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Service Titan is the only fully integrated AI that automates your entire workflow. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors, ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown.
Let's go places.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. This is the only game currently going on in the big leagues around the National League Central. Later on tonight, Pirates visiting the Nationals in Washington.
Nathan Church will take a strike. Zach, what else you got?
The Reds are hosting the Orioles in Cincinnati, and much later on tonight, the Brewers out west to take on the Diamondbacks in Arizona.
Here's a drive towards center. Back goes PCA near the track. Backpedaling, makes the catch in deep left center. And that's out number 1.
And Pat, the Cubs starting the day 5 back of first place Milwaukee in the National League Central.
So Milwaukee starting a series out in the desert. Phoenix, Arizona. Probably nice and toasty this time of year out there. J.J. Weatherholt takes down low.
Yeah, I would say toasty's a good way to describe it.
Their summer is like our winter.
Yeah.
It goes on and on and on for a long time.
Way longer than you want it to. The people in Arizona would beg for an 85-degree day right now.
And it stays through September, October sometimes. Yeah. Here comes the 1-1. Taken for a strike, 1-2.
Going to challenge this ball
Previous pitch
strike
to
call.
The batter has challenged.
Ball strike challenge, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
Now, you guys have to make your attendance guesses. We would hate to disqualify you for a late entry.
Okay.
That would be not the way you want to start your holiday weekend.
No, being DQ'd, no. That.
Fly ball to right. Suzuki is there. He's going to make the catch. 2 down. 4th inning. Cardinals on top 6-0. And the batter is Ivan Herrera.
I'll say 40,400. I take that back. That's a little. I thought you said 40,004. You're 40,404. That might be a little.
I was feeling a little squeezed.
That's more than a little squeeze. That's just flat out tight.
Ready to do an orange juice commercial.
Yeah. I'll go with 40,100. How's that? A little better? Yeah.
Not quite as squeezy.
Yeah.
Curveball swung on and missed, 0-2.
Good luck, Zach.
I'll go 39,500. We'll leave the liquids out of this.
And the 0-2 pitch to Herrera fouled away, and we'll do it again.
Richie?
I'm going to go 38,500.
Okay.
Way less squeeze.
Thanks to you two for not being squeezish.
Yeah. 4 might have been a little close.
Yeah, I would say very. Here's a pitch outside for a ball, 1-2.
It's a good thing I'm not on social media. I'd have gotten all kinds of, I just don't see it. So save your texting, folks.
Here's the 1-2, and it's taken down low for a ball. Somebody invited me to do a FaceTime the other day, and I had to decline for pure lack of knowledge. Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's down low. I think I did it once many years ago.
Okay.
And it took much longer than it should have.
Okay.
And it was just not something I've revisited. Has it changed over the years?
That would be a great question for the guys in the back row.
So you're not a FaceTimer either?
Yeah, that's FaceTiming is when the calls back and forth, right? And you're looking into the phone, right?
It's like a video call.
Yeah. No, I'm not big on that. No.
Pat, you'll be up to date during the break, I promise.
Yeah.
So, Zach, are you a FaceTimer frequently? Would you say you're a daily FaceTimer?
With the people that mean the most to you, I find it to be a great method of communication.
So is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Jordan Walker, the batter. For yes.
Walker will take outside for a ball. Herrera drawing the 2-out walk.
See, now, partner, you have to have the technology on your phone to be able to FaceTime. And I'm not totally sure if you do or not.
That would be my first weakness. Here comes the 1-0 pitch outside. Having a phone would be my second weakness.
Yeah, you have one, though.
Yes, I do.
That's a positive.
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
Last time I checked. 2-0 on Walker. Now the phone has become an absolute essential item for all of us, right?
Yeah.
It used to be keys and wallet. Okay, I'm ready to go. Now you have to go keys, wallet, and phone.
That's right. Yeah.
Does anybody still take a hanky with them?
It's awfully personal.
It is. Ron Santos set me straight many years ago as this pitch is down low for ball 4. I asked him about a hanky, and he said, the hanky bit is gone. So that set me set me straight. Of course, I still carry a hanky.
Yeah.
But I like the way you put it. Very delicate.
Yeah, as Ronnie usually could, yeah. Uh-huh.
Tommy Hotovy, the pitching coach, out to the mound. Back-to-back walks here in the inning to Herrera and Walker. And Nelson Velasquez batting. And now the Cubs are in a spot. They really can ill afford to fall much further behind. Not only are they down 6-0 in the 4th inning, but the pitcher, Andre Palante, has been very impressive so far.
Yeah, he has, that's for sure. So you're going to have to do, Cubs offense is going to have to do something in this ball game soon. But you really need to get this final out of the fourth.
Velasquez, right-handed batter, drove in a run with a sac fly his last time up. Takes a curveball outside for ball one. 2 outs, 2 on. Peterson at 85 pitches, so he's nearing the end of his day of work, you would think. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. 1-1.
That's been his best pitch today, has been the change. When he's gotten a good swing and miss, it has been the changeup.
And the 1-1 from the lefty Peterson. Low and inside, it's 2-1. Cardinals managed just 1 win in 6 games at Wrigley a year ago. And the 2-1 on the way. And that's down low. So back-to-back walks and now a 3-1 count, and this is downright uncomfortable from a Cubs standpoint.
Yeah, 40 at-bats for Velasquez since getting called up to the big leagues, and he's got 3 bombs. You know he's going to look to go deep here.
Herrera and Walker have both drawn base on balls. Lights have been on. Still cloudy and warm and humid. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Might have foul-tipped it. He did. He foul-tipped it to stay alive.
Yeah, that pitch down and in. He took a big rip. Fouled it right back into Kelly. Runners will be going now on 3-2, 2 outs. See if he goes back to that changeup on 3-2.
Herrera leads at second. Walker away from first. The payoff pitch. Way outside, ball 4. So now Craig Counsell has a decision to make. Do you stay with Peterson? He's wobbly. Walking 3 in a row. Bryce Wilson throwing in the Cub bullpen. Alec Burleson, a tough left-handed batter, is up. And Peterson will stay in the game. Here's the pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit right field. It'll drive in 1. Walker heading to the plate, and he'll score a 2-run single for Alec Burleson, and the Cardinals lead 8-0.
It's one of those that pitch got a little too much of the plate. Line drive right over Nico's head. Scores a couple. This is a little slider right at the knees, but in the middle of the plate.
Craig Counsell has decided to make a pitching change, and we'll be right back in a moment. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. 8-0 Cardinals. We're in the 4th inning, and we'll be back with more after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10 to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
A reminder, the first out in this 4th inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Pat?
Bryce Wilson had a very good outing up in Milwaukee last weekend. In one of the games where the Cubs beat the Brewers as they took 2 out of 3. Right now he inherits Runners at first and third with 2 outs. The Cardinals leading 8-0. And the batter is Mason Wynn. Velasquez able to go to third on the base hit by Burleson, who now has 60 runs batted in. And the pitch to Wynn is fouled away, and it's 0-1.
That's just been one of those games for the Cubs and for Peterson. He was just in the middle of the plate with some pitches, and the Cardinals have made him pay.
There's a looper foul, right side out of play. Again, this is the only day game going on around the big leagues. Kind of surprising in that area with the holiday coming up.
I would absolutely agree.
The next pitch fouled away off to the right out of play. And I think the schedule makers deserve a tip of the cap for scheduling the Cardinals and Cubs to play on the holiday weekend.
Yeah, no, I absolutely would agree.
That's a good move.
Yep, no doubt about it. They get beat up a little bit for some of the scheduling, but this is a quality one, no doubt.
Now the 0-2 hit in the air to left field. It's deep. That goes Happ to the wall, and it's a 3-run homer. And the Cardinals have opened up an 11-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning.
Well, as you said yesterday, the Cardinals with a big 7th inning to help them win a ball game, and they've kept their hitting shoes on here in the first 4 innings. They have been banging the baseball to a 11-run output here, and we're only 2 outs in the 4th.
2 of the 3 runs on that homer charged to David Peterson, who worked 3 2/3 and charged with 10 earned runs. And it's 11-0 St. Louis. And the batter, Jose Fermin. Well, even though 11 is a very big number, this game is not over yet. I've seen too many crazy games at Wrigley. Here's a fly ball to right, caught by Suzuki, and that'll end the inning. But the Cubs need to put on some hitting shoes as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cardinals 11, Cubs nothing. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
If you're a commercial contractor, you know the game. Service work projects, crew tracking, cash flow, margins, and more. Here's the problem. You're running your business with disjointed systems that just aren't cutting it. If that's the case, I need to tell you about Service Titan, the only end-to-end platform built specifically for service and construction work. From prospecting and bidding to install, maintenance, retrofits, and everything in between, Service Titan gives you the tools you need to thrive. Learn more at ServiceTitan.com. That's ServiceTitan.com.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort.
Insured by NCUA.
Guys, Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app.
Let's see if the Cubs can take a bite out of this large deficit. It's 11-0 Cardinals. Ian Happ first up. Happ will take a strike from Andre Palante. Ian batting left-handed. He'll take one down low, 1-1. Palante impressively has notched 5 straight road wins. It's not easy for a starting pitcher. Looking for his 10th win of the year here today. Happ hits a ground ball right side. Gloved by Burleson. He'll feed the pitcher on the bag. Out number 1. Happ bounces out. Score that one 3-1. And the batter is Nico Horner.
Nice play by the big first baseman, Burleson. He moves around pretty good. That one on the glove hand side, but a nice play.
Nico robbed on a good play by Walker in right field his first time. Nico will take a fastball strike.
To your point about Palante, you know, the way you win, I don't care what ballpark you're in, is being able to have good stuff and you can locate your pitches. And that's what we've seen so far today. He stayed out of the middle of the plate. He's had a very good curveball that he's used to the lefties. Good slider, and, you know, he's spotted his fastball all around the zone.
And the 1-1 pitch. Nico gets jammed and hits it foul down the third base line. Cubs could use a hot stretch from Nico Horner. I keep waiting for that 240 batting average to rise, Ron. How about you?
Yeah, same. He's just been one of them things, like his last at bat, he hit a bullet in the gap, and Walker slides and make a catch on him. He's hitting a little bit of bad luck. He's been pulling the ball a lot more than he used to. And, and pulling a lot more ground balls and routine fly balls. But he starts using that other side of the field, you'll start seeing that batting average go up.
Bouncing ball at first, bobbled, and Nico's going to be safe at first. Burleson came in, tried to short hop the ball as he swiped at it with his glove, and the ball actually ended up in foul territory down near home plate. Kind of a crazy looking. Safe at first is Horner.
That was a crazy looking play. I'll agree to that. As a guy that played first base, that looked like he had the ejecto glove. Ball into it, ball just got ejected right out of it.
There's Michael Conforto, and he'll look at a ball down low.
I think his glove company is Rawlings. I'd be calling Rawlings and saying, take the frog out of this one, will you? Send me a new one.
Zach Zaidman hands me a note that says opponent error.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 1-0, a check swing. That's going to be a strike.
See, he did a really good job with that read in New York. And I thought he was going to get that call to do those permanently.
Zach, you're welcome to read this North Shore adult diaper spot if you'd like to. Just all you have to do is ask.
Yeah, no.
The 1-1 pitch to Conforto is low and inside.
We even
for a
named
ball 2-1.
We kind of took a name from someone else, one of our friends, Dick Vitale, who we've known for years, and Zach was reading it. It was the Diaper Dandy.
Well, if you guys insist. Errors by Cubs opponents are sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com.
You are hired.
Yep. We have a winner.
To Michael Conforto. I have a quick Dick Vitale story. He was in the booth with Ron Santo and me many years ago. And as he was ready to leave, I introduced myself. He says, I know who you are. I know. Here's a high fly ball to left center. It's going to be caught by the center fielder, Church, back near the track. And that's going to be out number 2. He said, it's been great to be here for a half inning with Santo and Schultz.
Oh, perfect.
So he really did his homework on that one.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So Santo called me Schultzy for the next 10 days or so.
Yeah. Trust me, I'll tell you this, you don't want that name. I've got one of those in my life who's a buddy. Yeah, we'll leave that one to him.
Carson Kelly, the batter. ever since then, I've always kind of wondered about the detailed work of Dick Vitale. 1 ball and no strikes on Kelly. And a little chopper foul, but the look on Santo's face was hysterical.
Oh, I'm sure he loved that.
He thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I'm sure of that. I'm sure you didn't hear. You heard about that forever.
Only about a month. So, then he let it go.
Yeah.
Schultz and Santo.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-1. Pitch on the way. And it's taken high for a ball, 2-1. Life can be humbling.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little more than you even need, right?
Absolutely.
2 balls and a strike on Kelly. And a pitch on the way. Bouncing ball to second. It'll be fielded by Weatherholt. Flips the short toss to the shortstop. Win on the bag at second. And that ends the inning. No runs for the Cubs. Zach will join Ron in a moment. And at the end of 4, it's all Cardinals. St. Louis leading 11-0 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw. Mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
No passport? No problem. This summer, escape to Tokyo at P.F. Chang's. Set sail through a limited time menu inspired by the vibrant city of Tokyo, featuring new sushi boats, bold new rolls, and premium entrees. Your journey through Tokyo starts here. Available for a limited time only at P.F. Chang's.
Managing schizophrenia with daily pills can be a constant reminder of your condition. But Invega Sustenna paliperidone palmitate is different. After initial dosing, it is a once-monthly prescription injectable given by a provider to treat schizophrenia in adults to help control episodes. Invega Sustenna helped keep 90% of adults episode-free in a clinical study versus placebo in patients with schizophrenia who had previously been stabilized on treatment. Invega Sustenna is not for everyone. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor if you have uncontrollable muscle movements, as these can become permanent. Or if you have high fever, stiff muscles, confusion, dizziness upon standing, seizures, or an increase in prolactin. Other risks include increased cholesterol, weight gain, heart rate, and high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. These are not all the serious side effects. Talk to your doctor to see if Invega Sustenna is right for you. Discover the possibility of lasting symptom control.
Getting set for the top of the 5th here at Wrigley Field, the opener of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Cardinals. It's a one-sided affair so far. St. Louis up 11-0 over the Cubs. Bryce Wilson on the mound, right-hander. At the plate, Blaze Jordan. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike sinking fastball from Wilson. Count is 0-1. Mason Wynn with 2 hits, 4 RBIs, including a 3-run home run. And the 0-1. Jordan lines one into right field for a base hit. So the leadoff man on base here in the top of the 5th for St. Louis, and Jordan, the third baseman. It'll bring up Nathan Church, the center fielder, who whacked a 3-run home run in the second. 11-0 St. Louis here in the 5th.
Yeah, St. Louis has had their way so far. They've swung the bats. Everything they hit has found a gap or a hole or the bleachers, for that matter.
Sun is out now this afternoon at Wrigley Field as Church looks at a fastball for a strike, 0-1. It rained hard early in the afternoon. The start of this game was delayed by 10 minutes. Cloudy skies overhead at the start, but now plenty of sunshine. The pitch is in the dirt. 1-1 the count. David Peterson started, had some difficulty. 3 2/3, 10 runs on 9 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. In his Wrigley Field debut in a Cubs uniform. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count to Church. Wilson deals, and Church looks at a strike, a fastball clocked at 94 miles per hour. 1-2.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs second place in the National League Central with a record of 49-38. Wilson deals, Church swings, pops it up, left side, foul territory. 3 Cubs in the area, but this one bounces into the Cubs dugout along the third base line. Bregman made a sliding attempt on the side track in front of the Cubs dugout near the coach's box. 1-2.
Now you give it your best effort. You try to get over there to make a play. You know, outs are big. You know, when your team is scuffling, your friends are back, see?
Yeah, a lot of pigeons circling the booth. I don't know why.
They like you. We've established that a long time ago.
Apparently I'm affable to pigeons.
You
Here's
are.
the 1-2. This is foul back by Church.
Well, to everybody, but especially the pigeons here at the Friendly Confines. They're just friendly. And they seem to really like you only when you're sitting there. Would you agree to that?
Yes, very much so. And I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I like that they like me, just not when we're on the air. It's distracting. Here comes the 1-2.
I think it's funny.
Line drive, foul out of play off to the left by Church. Because a lot of times when you're talking, I will turn to my left and look at you because everything you have to say, especially on the broadcast, is important to me. And I might not be paying attention for a brief moment, and then there's a shadow, and it's the wing of a pigeon. Here's the 1-2. Church swings and misses. Strike 3 as Wilson gets him with a changeup. 1 away.
Good pitch after some good fastballs, and you go to that change. It's kind of a split finger type pitch, and it just stays down and away. Perfect location on that change.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. So 1 on, 1 away, top 5, 11-0 St. Louis. J.J. Weatherholt at the plate and looks at a fastball that misses off the outside. Flags above the center field scoreboard, barely moving. It's a rare deal here at Wrigley. The pitch. Weatherholt lines one deep to left center field. Happ goes back and makes a running catch on the track just to the left of the bullpen doors. 2 away. Nice play by Ian out in left.
Yeah, gets good break on this ball going towards the gap in left center and then running kind of parallel to the ivy in the wall. He makes the catch again, then kind of crashes into it slightly. Crash might be a little strong word, but a very nice play by Ian. He had to go a long way to get to that ball.
So 2 down, man at first. Ivan Herrera at the plate. Right-handed batter. The pitch from the right-hander Wilson is low. 1-0 the count.
Cutter at 89 miles an hour. Pretty good pitch. Just missed off the plate away.
Jordan at first being held on by Bush. The pitch. Herrera pops it up. Foul out of play off to the right. 1-1.
First out in this inning, that's sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Herrera single and a walk today. He's also lined out hard to Swanson. The pitch. And a high fly ball hit to shallow center. Racing in Pete Crow Armstrong. It drops in for a base hit. On his way to third base is Jordan. So Herrera with his second hit of the ball game, and now men at the corners for St. Louis with 2 away, and Jordan Walker due up.
Yeah, that's one of those balls that's hit. You just don't know how hard it's hit when it leaves the bat. Pete comes in eventually and just can't get there. It's kind of in that no man's land spot. And it seems like St. Louis has had traffic on the bases. They have every inning except for the first, and this fifth is no different.
The pitch to Walker hits him. And he appears to be in significant discomfort.
The ball hit him, I think, in the left wrist area, and now will load the bases. Fastball up and in, getting another look at it. Hits him in the hand. That left hand, it's probably more like that palm, not really where the bat is in the fingers, but more of the palm, and that's going to hurt.
And the Cardinals trainer is taking a look at him, along with manager Oliver Marmol, as Walker makes the slow walk up the first base line. Cardinals up 11-0. See if Walker stays in the game. He appears to be nodding his head affirmatively as though he wants to stay, and he will stay in the game. First base coach Stubby Clapp talking to Walker right now. Cardinals have the bases loaded. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. St. Louis up 11-0. And the batter is the cleanup man, the ex-Cub, Nelson Velasquez. And has a sacrifice fly and a walk today. Here's the pitch. That one misses high and outside. A fastball from Wilson, 1-0. Velasquez on the year hitting at 340 at-bats with 3 home runs. The pitch. Velasquez dribbles it foul off to the right. 1-1. A cutter from Wilson. Jordan at third. Herrera at second. Walker at first. Velasquez at the plate. 2 away. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball from Wilson. 1-2.
Best breaking ball from Wilson. That was a good hook down and away. Starts out inner half and ends up probably off the plate away at the knees, or maybe even a little lower.
Just a zephyr of a breeze blowing out at the moment here at Wrigley Field. Righty-righty matchup with Wilson on the hill and Velasquez at the plate. Now the 1-2. Foul back by Velasquez. Cutter from Wilson once again. Wilson made his Cubs debut in that Sunday bullpen game in Milwaukee last weekend. The 1-2 delivery off the outside to Velasquez. 2-2 the count. That was the game where the Brewers started Brandon Woodruff. He pitched well. The Cubs bullpen in a bullpen game outlasting Milwaukee as the Cubs picked up the win. The pitch is a little high. Sinking fastball that didn't sink. Full count with Velasquez at the plate.
And I got to be careful. You got to make a good pitch here. Velasquez has a good pop in his bat.
The payoff pitch. A bouncing ball, foul off to the left. Count remains 3-2 on Velasquez. Cardinals threatening once again. They're already up big, 11-0 here with 2 down in the top of the 5th. And the bases are loaded for St. Louis. Jordan at third, Herrera at second, Walker at first. Wilson works on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the 3-2. Low and outside to Velasquez, ball 4. So another run comes home as Jordan scores. Give Velasquez an RBI after drawing the bases loaded walk. And it is 12-0 St. Louis here in the 5th.
Yeah, this is one of them rough ball games for the Cubs and the pitching staff. Peterson, second, third, and 4th inning, gave up a bunch of runs, and now here in this 5th, Wilson's having his issues just walking in a run. Wilson came into the game, I think it was his second hitter, he gave up the 3-run bomb to win.
Yep. There's a meeting on the mound with catcher Carson Kelly, Tommy Hotovy, and the pitcher Wilson. Now it's being broken up by Dan Bellino, the home plate umpire. Wants to get the game moving along. Here's Alec Burleson, who had a 2-run single in that 5-run 4th inning for St. Louis. Cardinals now up 12-0 here with the bases loaded and 2 away in the 5th. Burleson looks at a ball high and outside, a cutter that misses. Burleson hitting at .275. He's got 14 home runs, 60 runs batted in. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch. Swinging a foul back, 1-1. Wilson sets up high, works his motion and deals. Just misses off the outside with a changeup, 2-1.
Trying to paint these corners with bases loaded and 2 outs. Just missed a couple times. They'd really like to see Burleson just roll over a ground ball to Nico and get out of this inning.
And the 2-1. Burleson pops it foul out of play off to the left, 2-2.
St. Louis in this game, they've just done a really good job with their at-bats. They just have not, they've extended the at-bat a lot. Obviously, they're scoring runs and banging the ball around the yard. But you make a good pitch, they foul it off, and then they've had good ABs.
Line drive to right coming in Suzuki. It drops in for a base hit. Herrera scores. Around third coming home is Walker. He slides in safely. 2 more runs come home. 2-run single by Alec Burleson, his second of the game. It is now 14-0 St. Louis. Velasquez stops at third.
14-0. We're only in the 5th inning. And this game has just turned into a rout, unfortunately, for the Cubs. And everything St. Louis is doing on offense is working.
Now Mason Wynn at the plate. The pitch. Pops it up. Right side. Foul territory. It's out of play. 0-1. Wynn had a 3-run home run off Wilson in the 4th. Men at the corners for St. Louis here with 2 away in the 5th. Cardinals have already scored 3 times. They're up 14-0. The pitch. Up high. 1-1. Wynn with 2 hits, 4 RBIs on the afternoon. And as Kuhn mentioned, we're only in the 5th. The 1-1. Pop fly, shallow right along the line, now angling toward foul territory. This one slices out of play. 1-2. Suzuki and Bush were giving chase.
Well, you think about today, just a couple hours ago, we had storms that were blown in, and it was about as tough as it could be, as far as weather. And then, that storm blew through. A beautiful day. It's only been beautiful for the Cardinal offense, not the Cubs.
No kidding. Apparently another round of storms headed our way later on this evening. Here comes the 1-2. That's called strike 3, fastball. Delayed call by Dan Bellino, and the Cardinals are going to challenge this.
The high pitch's been challenged a bunch today. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Yeah, that one's high.
Pitch is a ball. St. Louis has 2 challenges.
Dan Bellino's had a hard time with that high pitch today. I know he's a little frustrated with himself because there's been quite a few challenges. He's a very good umpire.
The 2-2 is foul behind the plate, off the netting.
Sometimes the hitter, if you go to home plate and you have your strike zone, and you're usually pretty good. There's some days you go there and you've lost your strike zone. You just have as a hitter. And I've only umpired, youth league, up to 7th, 8th grade.
Ground ball left side fielded by Bregman. The throw to second in time for the 4th.
But I would guess that happens sometimes. You lose parts of the strike zone as an umpire.
Everyone's human.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Even
exactly
the best of the best. Yep, you're right. 3 more runs here in the top of the 5th for St. Louis. 14-0 Cardinals, middle 5 on the Score. The Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey,
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Service Titan is the only fully integrated AI that automates your entire workflow. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors, ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan. AI.
It's going to be great.
Cubs playing catch-up here at Wrigley Field. Bottom of the fifth inning. Cardinals up 14-0 in the opener of this three-game set. Dansby Swanson at the plate. And Swanson looks at a strike from Andre Palante. 0-1 the count. Get you a station ID as time permits. Swanson flat out to right his first time up. He's been red hot. Here comes the 0-1. That's low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9 home runs for Swanson over his last 13 games. 5 in his last 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Swanson. Palante rocks back. High leg kick and pitch. And Dansby takes a strike on the outside edge. A slider, 1-2.
Yeah, it's been great work in the cage that has got him back on track here. You know, staying on the ball, letting that ball carry deeper so you can put a good swing on it. When you're way out in front, there's nothing you can do. The ball's not there. Your swing can be great, but if you're out in front, it's just not going to work out.
Swanson swings, drills one deep in the air to right, but this one's way foul out of play. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi, Harrison, Grody. Middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1, Chicago.
Swanson looks at a knuckle curve low. 2-2 the count on Dansby. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. 14-0 St. Louis. No one out for the Cubs. Palante works his motion and deals, and Swanson chops one to short, fielded on a high hop by Wynn. Guns a throw to first in time. Swanson's retired, 1 away.
Well, you know, you just, this is one of those ball games where you just want to get through this game now. You know, the score, 14-0, and St. Louis has done nothing to bang the ball around the yard. And if you're the Cubs, you want to get through this game the best you can. No injuries, no nothing, and just play on for tomorrow the best you can.
Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate and looks at a slider off the outside, 1-0. PCA's 1 for 2 today with a double. Join the Cubs Monday, July 20th to celebrate Greek heritage. As Palante rocks back, here comes the 1-0. Crow Armstrong hits a high fly ball, shallow left center field. Converging the left fielder and center fielder, and it's the center fielder Church calls off for Mean to make the catch. 2 away. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Cubs Greek Heritage jersey Monday, July 20th. Don't miss out on this offer. Cubs.com/specials. Alex Bregman at the plate, 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. The pitch is a called strike. Slider that spins into the zone. 14-0 St. Louis with 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. A reminder that all opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. And the 1-1. Bregman takes a ball off the outside. 2-1 the count. Night game tomorrow here at Wrigley Field. Day game on Sunday. The 2-1 delivery. Call strike slider that spins into the zone.
Yeah, the rare Saturday night game here at Wrigley. And even more rare is the fireworks display we're going to have here at Wrigley Field after the game. Look forward to that.
How cool is that going to be here at the Friendly Conference?
I agree. I think this is great that they're doing that here.
Here's the 2-2. Bregman lines one over the head of a leaping Wynn in a left center field for a base hit.
Good swing for Alec. Gets this pitch middle of the plate at the knees, and he just smokes this ball right over the shortstop. Wins heading to left field for a base hit.
So here comes Michael Busch, who's 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a single in the first. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Palante. Bregman at first, 2 down, bottom of the 5th. Cardinals up 14-0. The pitch. And a ground ball hit on the left side. It's fielded by the third baseman Jordan. His throw across in time to get Busch. And Bregman is stranded on the bases. That ends the 5th inning. St. Louis 14, Cubs nothing. We head to inning number 6 on the Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Pete Crow Armstrong. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
From the ball. If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Hear me out. What if we go to White Castle and get the new garlic parm chicken sliders with juicy chicken, crispy onions, and garlic parm sauce? And what if we get the combo with 2 sliders, mozzarella sticks, and a drink? Yeah, that's a thing, and it's only $6.99. As your castle craving, it's my job to make sure you know this stuff. What if we go now?
New garlic parm chicken slider combo at participating castles for a limited time while supplies last. Tax not included. White Castle. Crave thy castle.
The core short from Viore is one pair I keep reaching for. Morning run, afternoon training, watching the game.
Tails.
It's on to inning number 6 here at Wrigley. It's been all Cardinals today, as they have a commanding 14-0 lead. Jose Fermin will lead off in the 6th inning and take outside for a ball. Bryce Wilson still on the mound. Cardinals 4 consecutive innings. They've scored 3, 3, 5, and 3. So they are taking advantage of the very friendly conditions today. Cubs offense, not so much. In fact, not at all. Cubs being shut down by Andre Palante through 5 innings.
Yeah, he's got a good stop, great location with his pitches. Fastball command's been outstanding. Yeah, and he's kept the Cubs off balance with only 4 hits.
Fermin looks at a ball down low. We're getting the late afternoon shadows now. All of the left field line is in the shade. All of center field and right field still in hazy sunshine. 2-2 to Fermin is up and away. Ball 3, 3-2. Well, the great Harry Carey was a broadcaster for both of these teams. And this is a kind of a game, Ron. I think about Harry.
Yeah.
He and I worked together for a couple of years. He would say, he'd come into the booth and say, they don't just pay us for the good games.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
He would laugh after he said it, but there certainly is an element of truth in that.
Yeah, right.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Fermin. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As a ball player, how did you handle, other than just continue to be a professional and have good at-bats and make good defensive plays?
I think at the end of the day, you can't change your effort at all. You really can. I think that's what shows kind of your, the professionalism and that you've got to keep working. You're still playing a big league baseball game, and there's, you just can't take that for granted. I don't care what the score is.
Fermin will strike out for out number 1. 1 away. Blaze Jordan, the batter. Jordan with a couple of hits and 2 runs scored. Line drive, shallow left field. That's going to fall in there for a base hit. It is a strange game. Some days, every single thing works out for you and your team. Some days, it's exactly the opposite. And sometimes there's no rhyme or reason why.
Yeah, no, like today now, everything is slanted in the Cubs' favor going into this game. You know, as far as Cubs have been on a roll and swinging the bat, and, you know, you just, middle of the ball game, and St. Louis couldn't make it out. And they were driving the ball out of the park. It's just one of those games. Everything they hit is finding a hole.
Nathan Church is the batter, and Church will hit a drive into right center. That's going to be a gapper. Base hit. Going first to third on the play is going to be Jordan, and Church has his second hit of the day. Cardinals at first and third with 1 down.
And like you said, every ball they hit, that was splitting the gap. If it's not for the great speed of Pete Armstrong, he cuts that ball off, keep it to a single. But every ball they hit is in a gap or in a hole or has left the ballpark.
Wilson now to face the leadoff batter, J.J. Weatherholt, and he'll foul it away. Well, you play a game every single day, and you have no idea what to expect as a player or an organization or a fan or a broadcaster.
Yep.
And that's part of the fun of the game, actually.
Yeah.
The unknown and the mystery of the game.
Yep, I would agree. At 2 o'clock, we didn't even know if we were going to play, or 1:30. It was raining so hard here at Wrigley Field, it was coming down like they were pouring it over the stadium in buckets.
Here's the 1-1. It's up and in. It might have grazed him in the hand. It did. Weatherholt got hit by the pitch, and that will load the bags with 1 away. So they have yet another scoring chance.
Yep, pitch up and in, hit him in the elbow guard as Weatherholt didn't try to get out of the way, just kind of threw his elbow out there and it clipped that pad.
So 2 singles and now a hit batsman. Wilson will work from the stretch. Certainly the Cubs keep the infield back. 14-0 St. Louis. Now this is in direct contrast to the Cubs' Wednesday afternoon win over San Diego. Here's a bouncing ball up the middle, base hit to center. This will drive in 2 more, and the Cardinals now lead 16-0. Stopping at second on the play, Weatherholt. Herrera has his 3rd hit of the day as he drives in a pair. And it really is amazing. Everything they hit now is finding an opening.
Yep, absolutely. This ball pulled just to the pull side of the mound. That's the area where, you know, where the ball up the middle used to be the base hit because of the defensive alignment. Now it's the pull side of the mound that's that ground ball area that most balls get through.
Jordan Walker, the batter, and he'll hit it foul. Well, we're going to take a little look at some baseball history on this 3rd of July. And offering, this one's fouled away. This date in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. July the 3rd, what's happened on this day down through the years? Tony Cloninger. He was a Braves pitcher of yesteryear, 1966. Imagine this, Ron. A pitcher hit 2 grand slams in one game. Swing and a miss, and Walker is out number 2. Wilson gets the strikeout, and the batter is Nelson Velasquez. It happened at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. He also had an RBI single. Can you imagine a pitcher getting 9 RBIs in one game?
How about that?
I remember the highlights or the headlines in the paper the next day. It was in the Bay Area, and I was a kid at the time. I listened to the game, and it said something like, Cloninger's fireworks start early.
Yeah, fireworks, all right.
A day before the 4th of July. And he was the winning pitcher, of course, too. But 9 RBIs for a pitcher. You certainly are not going to see that. Of course, you'll never see it now with the DH.
But back then, there were a lot of pitchers probably go the whole season without knocking in 9 runs.
Don Drysdale was a good hitting pitcher. Warren Spahn was a pretty good hitter. Ground ball to short, scooped up by Swanson, goes to second. There's the force. That's the inning. Cardinals add to their bundle by scoring twice, and they lead 16-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes. Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In this business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first bid to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort.
Fashions at the lowest prices.
Seiya Suzuki is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
All right, Zach, Cubs batting bottom of the 6th inning. Valente still on the mound, working on a shutout. Cubs have 4 hits for the day. Seiya Suzuki will take the first pitch up high for ball 1.
And let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, next generation light beer. Hadn't been a lot of positive flight for the Cubs so far. Cubs way down in this ball game, 16-0, believe it or not.
Looking at the baseball history notes run yesterday, July 2, there was a very famous game, amazing game actually, between the Giants and the old Milwaukee Braves. You talk about a pitcher's duel. This was one for the ages. Juan Marichal and Warren Spahn worked a 16-inning game, the Giants winning it 1-0.
Oh my.
And both pitchers went the distance. And Spahn was 42 years old. Now, that's pretty amazing when you think about it. A 42-year-old man, he made 201 pitches in the game. You'd never see that today. No. You wouldn't see a guy 42 go beyond 100 pitches. Here's the 2-2 to Seiya. Popped up foul. This ball is out of play. Marichal was 25 years old. Spahn was in the last of his 13 20-win seasons. Marichal was on his way to winning 20 for the first time, but he made 227 pitches in the complete game, 16 innings. And they just kept going on and on. Finally, Willie Mays hit a home run in the bottom of the 16th inning for the game's only run. I mean, it's an amazing game when you think about it.
16-inning ball game. Game goes 1-0.
And both starters go all the way, including a guy who happens to be 42 years old. That's the part that knocks me out. And Marichal was asked, did you get tired? He said, I did. But as long as that guy on the other side, that guy named Spahn, as long as he's going out there, I got to go out there.
Yeah, that's right.
My teammates would never let me hear the end of that. Bailing out of a game when a guy 42 is still pitching.
Still pitching.
I got to keep going.
That's right.
It was almost like no choice.
Yeah.
Sega takes outside 3-2. It was 1963. Line drive down the right field line, foul and twisting out of play. I remember meeting Warren Spahn when I worked up in Milwaukee. He would come back and watch when the franchise changed from the Braves to the Brewers, and he would come back. He was still friendly with the man that I worked with, Bob Uecker.
Right.
And they were battery mates for a while with the Braves. But he would sit in the dining room, and I knew about this game from being a fan. As Suzuki takes strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1. Seiya out on strikes. Cardinals on top 16-0, and the batter is Ian Happ.
What did he say when you brought the game up?
I said, and I talked to Warren, I said, I happen to be about 9 years old listening to that game, and it's a very famous game. And I said, and I know that Willie Mays, and before I even finished the sentence, Spahn says, I hung a screwball.
Oh, my, yeah, he knew immediately.
Exact pitch.
Yeah.
I hung a screwball, and Willie, I think Mays hit something like 18 home runs against Warren Spahn in his career, including the very first base hit, if I'm not mistaken, of his career was a homer against Spahn back in 1951.
Really?
I think so. Leo DeRocher was Mays' first manager with the New York Giants. And Leo just kept saying, look, I don't care if you go a month without a hit. You're my center fielder. Relax, play ball. I know you're going to be fine. And it all turned out for the best.
Yeah. It would be tough to watch Willie Mays play as a young guy and go. I don't think he's got it.
You wouldn't need to watch much.
No, about an inning.
Here's a drive toward left center. On the run is Church making the catch. And that's out number 2. Church, a running grab on the track out in left center. And that's the second out in the inning. Cardinals on top 16-0, and the batter is Nico Horner. Warren Spahn passed away at the age of 82 back in 2003. True legend in the game.
Yeah.
Here's a smash fair inside third down the left field line, a base hit. Bouncing off the sidewall, Fermin tracks it down. It's a 2-base hit for Nico Horner. Cubs need a hot Nico Horner. They need him to become a more consistent hitter than what he's been so far this year, Ron. They really do.
He got off to a good start, and then he fell into that same slump that a lot of the right-handed hitters fell into this season, and he's trying to work his way out of it.
That's going to be all for Andre Palante. A pitching change coming up for the opposition. And whenever that happens, it's worth noting, because pitching changes for the opposition, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Cardinals lead 16-0. We'll be back with more in the 6th inning after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Live in the Chicagoland area? Get all the Cubs games on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi, it's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
That double by Nico Horner moments ago. A reminder that doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Pat?
Zach, let me ask you this. Do you believe in magic?
Yes, actually I do.
Really, do you? Because the pitcher for the Cardinals' last name rhymes with the word magic. I'm going to spell it for you first. R-A-G-C-I-C. Michael Conforto will be the first man to face Ragic. And the first pitch is outside for ball one. It's a great old song, John Sebastian. Yeah. Do you believe in magic? Speaking of magic, I had a note that I wanted to read today, a swing and a foul back. Great Cub fans, Chase Goodman and his family, Mr. and Mrs. Chase Goodman, became the proud new parents of a beautiful little baby daughter, Audrey Ann Goodman. And we hope everyone is healthy and doing fine. Congratulations. The 1-1 pitch is taken for a strike. Now that is magic.
Yeah. Congratulations to them.
Just getting started in this 3-game series. Conforto 0 for 2 in the game, trying to drive in a run. Nico Horner at second and 2 down. And the 1-2 taken for strike 3 called, and that ends the inning. Cubs don't score. It's on to inning number 7. Cardinals on top 16-0 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort.
All right, we go to the top of inning number 7. Cubs made a couple of defensive changes. I see that Justin Dean has come into play center field. Pete Crow Armstrong. Swinging a fly ball, shallow right center. Pedro Ramirez, the new second baseman, is there to make the catch. One away. So Justin Dean, the new center fielder. Nico Horner now has moved from second over to shortstop, and Pedro Ramirez has come into play second base as Craig Counsell is giving Dansby Swanson and Pete Armstrong a few innings off, which is never a bad thing.
Yeah, you try to get the guys that are playing, all the innings day after day after day in games like this out of the game if you can. Nico had a day off. Obviously, they all had a day off yesterday, but Nico had a day off a couple days ago.
Torres, the batter. Torres will take down low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Brian Torres driving one in the air, deep right field. That's trouble. That's back toward the wall and gone for a home run. Brian Torres, a line drive home run, just into the basket and straight away right field, fair by about 70 feet. And it's a home run for him, and the Cardinals increase their lead to 17-0.
Yeah, it's just a line drive to right, and it just doesn't come down. It's a fastball down and in, inside corner probably, and just clears the basket in right.
Jose Fermin, the batter, he has doubled twice, driven in a run and scored a run. And he'll take a strike from the right-hander Bryce Wilson. Cardinals trying to climb 7 games above 500. Cubs were 11 above at the start of the day.
Gonna challenge this pitch for me. And ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
Pitch the ball.
Pitch is high.
And the right-hander coming back. Wilson will miss with the ball, and the count now 2-1. So please, I know a lot of you are out on the roads driving to see loved ones, friends. Line drive, short hop nicely by Nico. Good play, and he throws to first in time. Line drive right in front of him. Nico came in, gloved it cleanly on a play that required a lot more skill than people realize.
Yeah, that's an excellent play by Nico. His ball's hit up the middle, and he picks it on a short hop running hard to his left. And that is a great play, great glove work by Nico Horner going up the middle.
Blaze Jordan will take a strike. How about the name Blaze? I have not heard many Blaze names.
We didn't have a lot of Blazes in the Garfield Ridge neighborhood where I grew up.
Check swing ground ball. Foul down the first base
How
line.
about San Jose?
No, not too many Blazes. It's unique.
It is.
Here is a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3. Cardinals get a run on the home run by Torres. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It is 17-0 St. Louis on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Take me out to the ball game. Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and lifelong Cubs fan Ryan Hurd and his son Hayes.
All right, Cubs fans, let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the... If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
It all started in a city of brotherly love, the framework of a nation drafted by history's boldest visionaries.
We, the people of the United States.
Now, baseball's sharpest minds gather at the same fateful site to draft their own blueprint for success. Watch baseball write its next defining chapter, one name at a time. The MLB Draft, presented by Nippon Express. July 11th, coverage begins 1 Eastern on NBC and continues on MLB Network at 2:30.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
In this business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using...
Al McGuire, my basketball partner for a period of time, he had a saying for this, Ron. Sometimes you're the dog, sometimes you're the tree. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball to the left center, back toward the track. That ball is near the wall, and a leaping catch by the center fielder, Church. Pretty good play up against the 368 sign. And that's going to be out number 1.
That kind of represents the way the Cubs' day is going. Everything that St. Louis has hit is either in the basket, in a gap. Kelly hits this ball, a mile in the air, and wind dies down, and it's caught right in front of the basket. I would say today we're feeling more like a tree. Am I missing something, or is that about right?
You're right on the money, and so was Al. And he brought that up during a broadcast one day, and I thought, boy, that's pretty astute. There's a pitch driven toward right center field. There's going to be a base hit. That's going to roll all the way to the warning track. And Ramirez is going to have a 3-base hit. Hot putting it around second, steaming into third, head first slide, a triple. And it gives the crowd something to get excited about. And a young guy like that still trying to establish himself. Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Ramirez gets into the ball game, hammers this ball in the gap, and he's still playing. He's trying to show what he can do, and he flies around the bases. There's no chance of him slowing down at second. The Cubs catch a little bit of breaks as Ramirez. The ball goes into the ivy and just trickles out of it, which allows Ramirez to get the third.
Here's the pitch on the way to Justin Dean. It's in there for a strike.
Now, when you were broadcasting Marquette basketball with Al McGuire, he had a few things that were pretty funny.
Oh, he was great. I had so much fun with him.
I love listening to the broadcast. Any broadcast he was on was just going to be phenomenal.
Now, Zach has handed me something about triples. First of all, Zach, can you tell me, is that the first career triple for Pedro Ramirez? If it is, we want to acknowledge that.
It definitely is.
So good for him. A swing and a miss by Justin Dean. And triples are also worth noting. Triples by the Cubs. Now, Zach, I would invite you to read this. You're more than welcome.
It's the diaper dandy for Zach. Yeah.
With that triple, North Shore Adult Diapers makes another donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org. And you heard that sigh of relief in the background. I'm not sure what that means. Bregman, the batter. And the pitch on the way, and it's outside for a ball, 1-1. Al Al McGuire was a lot of fun to work with. Ron, you're a lot of fun to work with. I've been so lucky with partners. You and Zach are one of the highlights of my entire life, working with you guys. Thank you. Here's the 1-1. Fouled away. Ron Santo and I had 15 very memorable, enjoyable years. I wish we could have done a World Series together. That would have meant the world to him. Of course, you and I had that great opportunity.
We did. That's right.
And that's something I would not trade for all the tea in China. How much tea is there in China, by the way? Here's a pitch down low for a ball.
It's a big country, and they all drink tea, so a lot.
2-2 on Bregman.
Well, they produce over 3 million metric tons annually, in case you wanted to know. Half of the global production.
Did you have that knowledge in your head, Zach, or is that a Google effort?
It's a Google effort.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Here's a ground ball to third. Fair pass to diving third baseman Jordan down the left field line. It's going to be an extra base knock for Alex Bregman, and the Cubs are on the board. It's now a 17-1 ball game.
Fans cheering loudly. It's one of those days for the Cubs. Just hasn't gone their way. Finally, something falls in so they can get on the board.
Ramirez scoring on the 3-base hit. Bregman with his 31st run batted in. Bregman with a couple of hits, so that's a good sign. And here's Michael Busch. And the pitch on the way, and it's taken down low for a ball.
Now, when you were doing ball games with Al McGuire, hoop games in the winter, what was it like traveling with Al McGuire?
We actually flew separately because he lived in Milwaukee and I lived in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't actually travel together, but he did do some funny things regarding travel. We were going to do a game, Marquette at UNC Charlotte in Carolina. It was a Tuesday night game, as I recall. Here's a swing and a foul back. And on Tuesday morning, I flew in Monday night, as always, the day before, and kind of did the homework and prepared for the game. Tuesday morning, I called home, and my wife, Trish, says, Pat, I just got a real strange call from Al McGuire. He said, hi, honey, where's Pat? And she said, well, he's in Charlotte, ready to work a game with you, I think, Al, tonight. And Al says, Charlotte, that's where I'm supposed to be. He didn't even know where the game was. And it's the day of the game.
Oh, that's solid. There you go. There we go.
So I wondered, if he was going to make it. And sure enough, here's a swing and a miss, strike three. We'll continue this story when we come back. Cubs get a run. We go to the 8th inning. It's 17-1 St. Louis. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Alex Bregman. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Now when you play Powerball, add Double Play for only $1 more. Your numbers will be entered into the Double Play drawing for a chance to win up to $10 million. Double the play for just $1.
Come.
Seventh inning stretch. Sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. And this top of the eighth inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. Rich, you're welcome to sing it anytime you want.
11877.
There we go. Rich is on top of his game today. Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K, just in case Rich wants to donate his car today.
Rich, I think you got some talent in that area.
I think with the singing career coming up, he'll be able to donate more than one car.
I need to warm up a little bit more.
1-0 on Nathan Church. And the pitch by the Cub right-hander Hollowell is outside for ball 2. 2-0. Gavin Hollowell, big, tall right-hander. 17-1, St. Louis on top. We're in the top of inning number 8. Getting back to the Al McGuire story. He didn't know where the game was. It was Marquette at Charlotte on a Tuesday night. So he'd called me, he'd called my wife at home and said, where's Pat? And she said, well, he's in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so Al says, well, thanks, honey. Okay. And so he arrives at the arena about maybe 90 minutes before tip-off. He hasn't shaved in a week.
Oh, my.
He's in his sweatsuit.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's got a garment bag over his shoulder. But before he goes to get dressed, there's a little pop fly to second base. Ramirez is going to make the catch, and that's out number 1. 17-1 St. Louis. So he grabs one of the assistant coaches for the visiting team, Charlotte.
Yeah.
You, buddy, come here. Yeah. Tell me about your team.
And everybody knows him. The whole world knows
course.
Al. Yeah, right.
Al McGuire was a legend in college basketball.
He absolutely was.
So the kid was thrilled to spend 10 or 15 minutes with the great Al McGuire, and he's telling him what kind of defense they play and who their best shooters are and who their best free throw shooters late in a close game, and do they press full court or whatever. And so Al gets this mini scouting report and says, thanks, buddy. He goes in, he gets cleaned up, he has a nice suit, he's looking sharp, and we're doing the open now. It's 15 minutes before the game, and I say, along with Al McGuire, it's Pat Hughes. We got Marquette, and they got a tough opponent in Charlotte. Tell us about him. Pat, wait till you see this Charlotte team. They got a shooter. They got a rebounder. They play tough defense. And he's coming off like he's been doing homework for the last month.
Yeah.
He didn't even know where the game was when he woke up that morning. Wait till you see this shooter. Oh, I was just laughing. But he was a beauty.
Yeah.
And fun, though, and a nice man. Really down to earth, and he would listen to you, he'd look you in the eye, and he would laugh, and I enjoyed him a lot. J.J. Weatherholt will take low and inside for a ball.
The story about you guys leaving the arena and not having a ride to the airport that's funny.
Well, that would have been Freedom Hall in Louisville on a Saturday. There's a high fly ball, left center field. Should be routine for Alcantara or Dean. Dean makes the catch. And that's going to be out number 2.
Now, you're in Louisville. That's a big game. A lot of people. That's a major program.
And let's see, who was Denny Crum?
Yeah,
was that
Denny
his name?
Crum, yeah,
He was the Louisville coach at that time. And Tom Crean was the Marquette coach. But Marquette's playing Louisville at Freedom Hall in Louisville on a Saturday afternoon. And I think Marquette won the game as Jimmy Crooks will take inside, and he gets hit by the pitch. And Jimmy Crooks will trot down to first.
Yeah, a little sweeping slider.
Marquette wins the game, and after the game I say to Al, let's go get a cab because he's going to fly back to Milwaukee. I'm going to fly back to Chicago. Let's get a cab. We'll go to the airport. Pat, we don't need a cab. You and I are going to hitchhike. Somebody will recognize me. We'll save the money on cabs. And I thought,
someone will recognize me.
And he's right. He's absolutely right. And sure enough, exactly as he said, like the second vehicle, it's an SUV, a couple of young guys, and it's like he had just planned it, and These guys roll down the window. Hey, Al McGuire, do you need a ride to the airport? Yeah, we do. Me and my partner here. You going there? We are now. So we get in the back of this complete stranger's vehicle, and Al starts regaling them with stories of NCAA championships and working referees and getting technical fouls and how to motivate teams. And these kids are laughing. And you know, to this day, on Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day, they're still telling the story of the great Al McGuire riding in the back of their SUV on a whim. They picked him up hitchhiking with some other guy that they didn't even recognize.
Now, I can see Al McGuire possibly hitchhiking to an airport, but don't take this the wrong way. I don't really see you hitchhiking down the highway of Louisville.
I did that day. I had the thumb out. But only for a minute, because the second or third vehicle recognized Al. So the final part of the story also made me laugh. And I'm just in amazement watching all of this transpire. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's foul back. We get there, and I'm just kind of stunned. I'm laughing and in kind of disbelief. And I said, Al, you're probably still going to turn this in on your expenses for the cab. No, I don't cheat the small stuff. I got enough big scams going. Here's the 1-2 to Walker. Fly ball to center. And making the catch is Dean. And that will end the inning. No runs for the Cardinals. No hits and a lot of big scams. We go to the bottom of inning number 8. Cardinals 17, Cubs 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In this business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first bid to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
The core short from Viore is one pair I keep reaching for. Morning run, afternoon training, watching the game, it doesn't matter. Soft four-way stretch, built-in liner.
1-2-888-8888.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Bottom of the first inning in Washington, the Pirates and Nationals are scoreless. Pat?
All right, Zach, bottom of inning number 8. Seiya Suzuki in the batter's box right now. He'll take down low for a ball. 1-1. Rajic still pitching. Crooks now doing the catching.
Tough plays of the game today, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Torres stays in the game in left. Foul drive off to the right out of play. Church still in center. Walker in right. Jordan at third. Fermin now at short. Weatherholt at second base. Pajes at first. Bouncing ball to third, fielded by the third baseman Jordan, and the toss across is in time for out number 1.
Catch of the game today, that's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That play was a real trip, and so is Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours at CatchDesMoines.com.
This triples read, this is courtesy of Zach, I believe. Zach reminds me that all triples by Cubs batters. And the pitch on the way, swung on and missed by Alcantara. North Shore Adult Diapers makes another donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org. And the 0-1 pitch to Alcantara, a swing and a foul back. Is it my imagination, Zach, or do you get that commercial read to me quicker than any other?
Yeah, that and opponent's errors, yes, 100%.
Opponent's errors? Yeah, same deal.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Just getting started in this series. A night game tomorrow night. As Alcantara, the long-legged right-handed batter, takes high for a ball. And a big fireworks display tomorrow night after the game. The game starts at 7:08. Shota Imanaga against Kyle Leahy. Lewin outside 2-2. And then a day game on Sunday at 1:30. Javier Assad against Matthew Liberatore. The 2-2 to Kevin Alcantara. And it's hit in the air, left center field. Pretty well hit, but playable for Torres. On the track in front of the wall, makes the catch for out number 2.
Ball well struck. Torres goes back and catches this ball about one or two steps in front of the ivy on the track.
Let's see how we did in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. It looks like Zach Zaidman is the closest. Boy, was he close today. The actual figure, 39,440. And Zach's guess was 39,500, so he was off by 60 fans.
Wow.
Pretty good. The 1-0 now to Nico Horner. Hit high in the air, left center field, playable. Church, the center fielder, is waiting and squeezing. And the Cubs go quietly in the 8th inning. It's on to the 9th. St. Louis 17, Cubs 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Most of the time, La Playa sounds like this. For some, La Playa also sounds.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Left-hander Drew Pomeranz, once again part of the Cubs pitching staff, working here in the ninth inning. Pop fly off the bat of Nelson Velasquez into right center, and that ball is going to be caught by Seiya Suzuki, out number 1.
Saw Drew this morning when we got to the ballpark. He was just kind of getting settled in. He picked up by the Cubs just a couple days ago and made his way to Chicago.
Pages, the batter, Pedro Pages. We'll take outside. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes talking Cubs afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
With former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes at Wrigley Field, Zach Zaidman working alongside. Long day for the Cubs, difficult day, down 17-1. Cubs offense and Alex Bregman RBI double in the 7th. Cardinals broke it open early, getting 3 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, and 5 in the 4th. So they led 11-0 after 3.5 innings, and they've kind of been on cruise control ever since. You play 162, you've got all kinds of different types of games. Ground ball to short, scooped up by Horner. Nico makes the play to first in time, and that's out number 2.
Stolen bases today. They're sponsored by Atturo, Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe with Atturo tires. Find yours at Atturo.com.
Well, any time now, Ron, you're going to start hearing the phrase wild card on a daily basis. Usually it's right around the All-Star break and shortly thereafter. But if you're at 500 or above, you're going to be a wild card contender. And both of these teams are in that category.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a given that you'd rather win a division. But history has told us that you can still become a world champion through the wild card door.
Mm-hmm.
The 1-1 has popped up foul and out of play.
Well, you just don't know. That's the whole thing. You've got to get into the playoffs. And once you get in, then anything goes. You get, a hot team. You get a hot pitching staff or a red-hot offense, and they can start doing some real damage in the playoffs. Been many a wild card team win the World Series.
Swing and a foul back, 1-2. And since you have so many teams that are right around the 500 mark, it just kind of tells you that the talent is spread very evenly across the 30 major league teams, with few exceptions. Ground ball to first, fielded by Bush, runs over, steps on the bag to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Cardinals on top, 17-1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Welcome back. Are you ready to start the show?
Streaming now, only on Peacock. The nightmare comes to your home.
The animatronics. They've escaped.
Will you survive another night?
Chica, ready? Where are you?
Oh no. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, rated PG-13, streaming now only on Peacock.
I'm not done with you.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Hi, it's Justin from Stop and Shop, but in the summertime, I'm better known as Grill Master Jay. You can find me in the Grill Master's natural habitat, our meat department. Sure, we have your classic burgers and dogs, but it's our Nature's Promise grass-fed steaks that'll really wow your cookout guests. And that's just the start. Make sure you swing by our meat department because we're going to be rolling out feel-good deals and high-quality meats all summer long to keep your cookouts sizzling. Good things are in store at Stop and Shop.
If you're a commercial contractor, you know the game. Service work projects, crew tracking, cash flow, margins, and more. Here's the problem. You're running your business with disjointed systems that just aren't cutting it. If that's the case, I need to tell you about Serviced VIP.
Bottom of the ninth inning here at Wrigley Field. Cardinals 17, Cubs 1. The ninth inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Matt?
Ryan Stanek, a right-hander, out to work on the mound here in the ninth inning. Night game tomorrow, day game Sunday. Cubs are in Baltimore and Cincinnati, leading up to the All-Star break next week. Michael Conforto will take high for a ball. I wonder what's the largest come-from-behind ninth inning rally in big league history. High fly ball to right. Should be routine for the right fielder Walker. And it is, and that's out number one.
I would bet it's a big number, but that's a tough one. Especially now you get first out of the inning.
One away, and here's Carson Kelly. Kelly has singled, grounded out, and flied out. And the pitch by Stanek is in there for a strike. Many of the fans have headed home. If you're in your car, please drive safely. So many people out on the roads. Everyone wants to get together and spend part of the holiday with family and loved ones. Be careful. The 1-1 is taken down low for a ball, 2-1.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the fireworks tomorrow and tonight. Please be careful. Because you know the kids love them.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a fastball, strike 2-2. Again, the lights are still on. They've been on for about an hour or so. All of the infield is in the shade. Right field and center still in hazy sunshine. There's a ball outside, 3-2. Aside from being a professional run as a player, did you have any little things you would tell yourself in a game like this to keep yourself going? Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's out number 2.
I would play little games with myself just to, keep your focus, right? Like about having a good at bat. What is he going to do? And kind of talk yourself through the at bat before you go up there. Or if you're really trying to do something, whether, what is it that I've been trying to do? This is the perfect time now. If you have something you're working on, this is the time to do it.
Pedro Ramirez representing the Cubs' final opportunity.
But I think the biggest key is to never give in to a game like this and not be mentally alert during the game and have, because the mental mistakes in games like this, they look really bad.
The 0-1 pitch fouled away. Cubs are down to their last strike.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it just
Yeah.
does. So you really, it's a challenge, for you're human, that it happens, but you really don't want to have something like that happen.
And there's also the simple business aspect where you're doing your job. Do your job as well as you can do until the game is over.
That's right. And I learned that skill a little bit in the minor leagues from some of my managers, but Tom Kelly, he was the ultimate grinding, working type manager. Game wasn't over till you got the 27th out. Win, lose, whatever it was, he expected you to keep playing.
Some people say, Ron, it becomes a habit.
Yes.
To play hard. Play until the music stops. Here's the 2-2. Line drive caught at first by Burleson, and the ball game is over. The Cardinals beat the Cubs by a score of 17-1, and we'll be back with the totals right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests, and more on your way home, 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
The Stratotech tee from Viore is one of those shirts you put on once and immediately get why people love it. It's incredibly soft.
Game totals for the Cardinals, 17 runs on the same number of hits and 1 error. For the Cubs, 1 run on 7 hits and 1 error. The winning pitcher, Andre Palante, he is now 10-5. The losing pitcher, David Peterson, 4-7. A 2-hour and 57-minute ball game seen by 39,440. Before we get some final thoughts, Ron, it's time for us to name the Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game ball player. Who do you like?
Yeah, it'll be Alex Bregman. He had 2 hits in the game, drove in a run with a double. And, on a day with not a lot of offense, not a lot of guys did much, it was just a tough day for the Cubs. You just got to come back tomorrow and try to win a ball game.
Ron, I will see you tomorrow on the holiday.
I will see you tomorrow night.
Game time, 7:08 tomorrow night. Zach's pregame show begins at 6:35 tomorrow evening. Do I have that right, Zach?
We'll figure it out in the postgame show.
Sounds good, Zach. Thank you. The starting pitchers tomorrow are Shota Imanaga for the Cubs and Kyle Leahy for St. Louis. Thanks to Zach for all of his fine work. His postgame show is right around the corner. Thanks to Rich Wyatt, our engineer, for a job well done. For former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes saying thanks for listening and goodbye from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Again, the final today, the St. Louis Cardinals 17 and the Chicago Cubs 1. This has been a presentation of The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Work has never been simple. Not building cities, not landing rockets, not keeping customers happy. The good stuff takes context, coordination, and a little controlled chaos. So why are B2B teams like yours still stuck in tools built for simple tickets? Real customer work moves across teams, systems, histories, and handoffs. Front brings it together, so teams can keep context clear, handoffs clean, and work moving. Front, built for B2B complexity. Learn more at complexity.front.com.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the markable fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
Lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
When you shop for a new Chevy at Bob Josh Chevrolet, you'll be more than happy. You'll be Jossified. That's the feeling you get when you enjoy outstanding savings from Bob Josh Chevrolet in Elburn. Right now, save on a new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 with 0% APR financing. Bob Josh Chevrolet in Elburn next to Reams Meat Market. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Includes tax, title, and license on select models with approved credit through GM Financial. See dealer for details. Expires 7/7/2026.
Help Northern Illinois Food Bank strike out hunger this season. For over 40 years, we've been hitting home runs by providing our neighbors with nutritious meals that help them thrive. But we need you to step up to the plate. Together, we can make a great team with a shared purpose. Don't wait for the perfect pitch. Visit solvehungertoday.org to strike out hunger now. That's solvehungertoday.org. We're hungry for purpose. Are you?
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The question isn't whether the world is changing. It's whether you'll be ready for it. At Arizona State University, your education is built around the careers of the future. You learn from renowned faculty and researchers who are driving their fields forward, not just teaching about it. It's why we're ranked #1 in innovation and #2 in employability among U.S. public universities. Future-proof your career. Explore more than 350 programs at asuonline.asu.edu. That's a degree better.
Most of the time, La Playa sounds like this. For some, La Playa also
time with the Cubs and the Mets. Who's on a Roll is sponsored by CertaPro Painters. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters. Visit CertaPro.com. Pete Crow Armstrong doubled today. He's hitting .397 over his last 30 games. He was just named the National League Player of the Month for the month of June. Elevate your next outing on the Eero Suite level. All-inclusive private suites starting at 8 guests for select games. For details, visit Cubs.com/premier. The highlights next. Plus, we'll hear from manager Craig Counsell on The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for the great Cubs guests all season long on 104.3 The Score, the official radio home of the Cubs.
The heat and managing schizophrenia with daily pills can be a constant reminder of your condition. But Invega Sustenna paliperidone palmitate is different. After initial dosing, it is a once-monthly prescription injectable given by a provider to treat schizophrenia in adults to help control episodes. Invega Sustenna helped keep 90% of adults episode-free in a clinical study versus placebo in patients with schizophrenia who had previously been stabilized on treatment. Invega Sustenna is not for everyone. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor if you have uncontrollable muscle movements, as these can become permanent. Or if you have high fever, stiff muscles, confusion, dizziness upon standing, seizures, or an increase in prolactin. Other risks include increased cholesterol, weight gain, heart rate, and high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. These are not all the serious side effects. Talk to your doctor to see if Invega Sustenna is right for you. Discover the possibility of lasting symptom control with Invega Sustenna. For cost information, visit www.invegasustenna.com/support for more details.
La Playa can sound like, for others, it's. But this is our playa. Corona. La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
In this business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first bid to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors ready.
Efficient and highest quality care to our patients. From state-of-the-art imaging to convenient rehab locations, we're here for you. With 14 Ortho Access immediate care facilities, get same-day orthopedic treatment. Experience close-to-home care you deserve. Visit ibji.com for locations and services.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. Trade every match from the opening rounds all the way to the final. Last week, Argentina was trading at 15% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade could pay out $637 if they win soccer's biggest prize. Want to know what they're trading at today? Check Kalshi. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PITCH to get a $10 credit when you trade $10. That's promo code PITCH. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Must be present in state where it's legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prizes, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. $10 free credit with no expiration. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Whether you're hosting friends, family, or clients at your next celebration, discounted group tickets are available for most games at Wrigley Field. For details, visit Cubs.com/groups. This is the Old National Bank Cubs Radio Postgame Show, the official bank of the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. It's time now for the highlights, and the highlight show is sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Start of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Cardinals at Wrigley Field. The start of the game delayed by 10 minutes because of rain earlier this afternoon. 77 and cloudy at first pitch. A light wind blowing out to left. Left-hander David Peterson making his Wrigley debut in a Cubs uniform. Top 2. Cardinals put 2 on, and St. Louis strikes first.
Hit in the air to right. Trouble. Back is Suzuki at the wall. It's a 3-run home run. Nathan Church, a 3-run homer to right, and the Cardinals score first.
The drive of the game, sponsored by McGrath Acura of Westmont. When you do the math, you'll choose McGrath. That essentially right there was the ball game. A 384-foot drive by Nathan Church. 3-0 Cardinals after 2. But the Cardinals were far from done. Top of the third, St. Louis makes it 4-0 on a sacrifice fly by ex-Cub Nelson Velasquez. And the Cardinals continued. Later in the frame, a man at third for Mason Wynn.
And the 1-2. A line drive, shallow right field. That's going to be a base hit. It looked like the pitch you talked about, Ron,
Yep.
the changeup low and away, and Wynn goes right with it and strokes a single into right, and the Cardinals have scored again and lead 5-0.
And the damage didn't stop there. Next up, Jose Fermin.
Fermin, the batter, he drives one toward right center in the gap. That's going to be trouble, and it's going to score a run. Wynn, who runs very well, racing around third and scoring. And the Cardinals now lead 6-0 on an RBI double by Jose Fermin, his second double of the day.
Another 3-spot for St. Louis, so 6-0 Cardinals after 3 innings of play. Top of the fourth, St. Louis strikes again. Bases loaded with 2 away for Alec Burleson.
Line drive, base hit right field. It'll drive in 1. Walker heading to the plate, and he'll score a 2-run single for Alec Burleson, and the Cardinals lead 8-0.
David Peterson would leave. Bryce Wilson would enter, and he was greeted rudely.
Now the 0-2 hit in the air to left field. It's deep. That goes Happ to the wall, and it's a 3-run homer. And the Cardinals have opened up an 11-0 lead here in the top of the fourth inning.
The insurance runs of the game sponsored by Benson Insurance Agency in Coal City, proudly representing Auto Owners Insurance. A 391-foot drive by Wynn. 11-0 St. Louis after 4. Wynn would finish with 2 hits and 4 runs batted in, including that home run. Peterson went 3 2/3, 10 runs on 9 hits. The Cardinals scored 3 more times in the 5th to make it 14-0. Bases loaded walk to Nelson Velasquez, and then another 2-run single by Alec Burleson, who finished with 2 hits and 4 runs batted in. Top of the 6th inning, Ivan Herrera's 2-run single makes it 16-0 St. Louis. In the top of the 7th, Brian Torres whacked a pinch hit solo homer to make it 17-0 Cardinals. Bottom 7, Pedro Ramirez, his first career triple. 1 out later, this.
Here's a ground ball to third. Fair past the diving third baseman Jordan down the left field line. It's going to be an extra base knock for Alex Bregman, and the Cubs are on the board. It's now a 17-1 ball game.
A great play of the game, sponsored by Great Clips, Great Haircuts. It's going to be great. Bregman's second hit of the ball game. 17-1 Cardinals after 7. We're going to call Bregman the player of the game. Sponsored by ABOC, a bank built on a strong foundation, but that's as close as the Cubs would get in this one. All St. Louis as the Cardinals take the opener of this 3-game set, winning big 17-1 as the Cubs fall to 49-39 on the year. Let's send it downstairs where Cubs manager Craig Counsell is meeting with the media.
I guess just the start of the game. What did you see from Peterson?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a rough day. The one thing I think we got to get the ball on the ground more. I think today faced 23 hitters, 1 batted ball on the ground. And that's something that David kind of excels at. He's better than good at it, over 50% in his career. And that's a pretty big difference then. So that's, to me, that means the ball's up a little bit too much, and obviously they took good swings.
You okay physically?
He got hit pretty good, but he's okay. Yeah. It hit him in the right pec.
And Peterson would stay in the game, but obviously it didn't go well for Peterson or the Cubs today. 10 runs on 9 hits in 3 2/3 as he takes the loss. St. Louis wins 17-1. today. Craig Counsell's postgame press conference is sponsored by Roofers and Waterproofers Joint Apprenticeship Program, training skilled craftsmen for the roofing industry. ChicagoRoofers.org. A reminder that Mully and Haw talk Cubs baseball on Chicago sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. When we come back, the defensive play of the game. That's next on The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Work has never been simple. Not building cities, not landing rockets, not keeping customers happy. Because the work that matters most crosses teams. It picks up context and changes midstream. It gets handed off, handed back, and occasionally buried in a thread called help. And when your customers are businesses, that complexity gets real, fast. That's the kind of work Front was built for. A support issue needs sales context. A billing question turns into an ops conversation. A shipment update lives in 3 tools, 2 threads, and 1 person's head. If your CX tools were built for simple tickets, they weren't built for this, because real customer problems don't fit neatly in a queue. Front brings conversations, context, and coordination into one place, so teams can see what happened.
$100 trade could pay out $637 if they win soccer's biggest prize. Want to know what they're trading at today? Check Kalshi. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PITCH to get a $10 credit when you trade $10. That's promo code PITCH. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Must be present in state where it's legal to trade. If that contract trading involves risk, it may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. $10 free credit with no expiration. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The 0-2 pitch bounced back to the mound. Good play by Peterson. His throw low to first, but handled by Bush. And that's out number 1. Good reactions, though, on the comebacker.
Yeah, this ball's hit sharply. It probably going to be fielded by Dansby at short, but if Peterson can get it, easier play than it going all the way out to short. Nice play. Good reactions by Peterson.
Yeah, the highlight of the day for David Peterson. Everything after that, not good for David Peterson in his Wrigley debut in a Cubs uniform as the Cardinals win big, taking this series opener 17-1. This is the Old National Bank Cubs Radio postgame show, the official bank of the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. Peterson with a rough go of it, 3 2/3, 10 runs on 9 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The Cardinals had several players with monster games offensively. Alec Burleson and Mason Wynn, both with 2 hits and 4 RBIs. Wynn blasting a 3-run home run. Ivan Herrera had 3 hits and knocked in 2 runs. Nathan Church had 2 hits and drove in 3 with a 3-run home run. Blaze Jordan with 3 hits in this one. You can go on and on. Cardinals had 17 runs on 17 hits. Cubs with 1 run on 7 hits. Alex Bregman had 2 of those hits, including an RBI double. Pete Crow Armstrong had a double as well. He's hitting nearly 400 over his last 30 games, but all St. Louis today, 17-1 over the Cubs, who fall to 49-39 on the season. It is time now for the injury report recap, sponsored by Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Visit IBJI.com for locations and services. The Cubs are hoping that right-hander Edward Cabrera can start throwing bullpen sessions off a mound before the All-Star break as he works his way back from a left hamstring strain. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Thankfully, the next game preview. That's next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on 104.3 The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Most of the time, La Playa sounds like this. For some, La Playa also sounds like this.
30, the 20, the 10.
But no matter what, this is our playa. Corona, La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Service Titan is the only fully integrated AI that automates your entire workflow. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors, ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
The core short from Viore is one pair I keep reaching for. Morning run, afternoon training, watching the game, it doesn't matter. Soft four-way stretch, built-in liner, comfortable all day. Plus, they look good enough to wear well beyond the gym. Ready to try a pair? Head to Viore.com/MLB and get
to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code SNAP to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Rev up your rewards at the pump with the Club Citgo app. Join today and enter for the chance to win big with members-only sweepstakes, plus everyday savings that stack automatically. Start with 20 cents off per gallon on your first fill-up and save 25 cents per gallon on your first 4 purchases with Plus Pay. Hit Premier status and unlock even more. So what are you waiting for? Download the Club Citgo app today and you're good to go. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
There's a pitch in there for a call, strike 3. Kind of a delayed call by Dan Bellino on a nice off-speed pitch. And Mason Wynn is out number 2.
The Cubs Radio Network donates $70 to 1877 Cars for Kids because the Cubs threw 7 strikeouts today. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today, we're donating. You should too. A one-sided affair to open up this 3-game set between the Cubs and Cardinals here at Wrigley Field. All St. Louis today, a 17-1 victory as David Peterson was rocked early and often. 3 2/3, 10 runs on 9 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. He falls to 4-7 on the year with an ERA of 6.75. This is the Old National Bank Cubs Radio Postgame Show, the official bank of the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. The great thing about baseball is there's a new day tomorrow and a new game for the Cubs and Cardinals. The Cubs will send left-hander Shota Imanaga to the mound. He's 5-6 with a 4.30 ERA. Right-hander Kyle Leahy will be on the mound for St. Louis. 6-4 with an ERA of 4. Imanaga and Leahy, the mound matchup in the middle game of this 3-game set between the Cubs and the Cardinals tomorrow night, July 4th, fireworks night here at Wrigley Field. Yeah, you heard right. Big fireworks show following the festivities tomorrow evening. And a reminder to tune in to our next Cubs radio broadcast tomorrow evening, Independence Day, from Wrigley Field against St. Louis. The Cubs radio pregame show, driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers, begins at 6:30 in the evening. First pitch with Pat and Ron coming your way at 7:08 tomorrow night. Before we say goodbye on this Friday from Wrigley Field, I want to thank our engineer, Rich White, for helping us blast through the speakers of your radio as well as all of your smart devices. And I want to thank the outstanding crew in our downtown Chicago Score studios, led today by Adam Studzinski and assisted by Clint Klaus. For Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer, I'm Zach Zaidman saying thanks so much for listening to Cubs Baseball. Cardinals take it today, 17-1. See if the Cubs can bounce back and even up the series tomorrow night with Shota Imanaga on the mound. Our coverage begins at 6:30 right here on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Thanks for listening to the Old National Bank Cubs Radio postgame show on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. Sponsored in part by Southwest Airlines, Bosch Power Tools, Club Citgo, the Village of Bedford Park, Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha, Consumers Credit Union, and by Northern Illinois Food Bank.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10 to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away.
Plumbing service. Call 833-PLUM-911.
Cubs fans, it's Mully from the Mully and Haw Show weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10.
Every morning, Chicago turns to us for the latest on the Cubs and the entire Chicago sports scene.
We'll break down the biggest stories, we'll talk with great Cub guests, and hear from you, too.
Start your day with Chicago Sports Talk on the Mully and Haw Show weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10 on the official radio home of the Cubs, Sports Radio 104.3 The Score. And don't forget, you can watch us live every morning on YouTube and Twitch.
Some tires just get you on base. Arturo tires swing for the fences. With aggressive design, dependable traction, and performance drivers love, Arturo delivers every time you hit the road. Step up to the plate with Arturo, Chicago's hometown tire. Visit Arturo.com to find yours.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code SNAP to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Coom here. Baseball's been around a long time, since the 1800s, when pitchers threw underhand. You know what's been around even longer? Yuengling. Yuengling started brewing in 1829. People were drinking a cold Yuengling before baseball even existed. No box scores, no seventh inning stretches, just great beer that stood the test of time for 197 years.
So next time you're at a ballpark, grab a Yingling traditional lager, because just like baseball, legends stand the test of time. Yingling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs radio network.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Do you know a hero who served our country and deserves recognition? This baseball season, one veteran will be honored on air each game as our Veteran of the Game. Nominate yours at thescorechicago.com today. Sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com. Veteran-led and trusted since 2007.
A tradition of excellence over 150 years in the making. At Busey Bank, we're committed to building relationships that span generations. Wherever your journey in life leads you, we are with you along the way, creating a legacy for you and your family. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Take the short drive north and visit your one-stop shop for everything Subaru. Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Get a great selection of new and pre-owned models, the latest incentives, and no inflated prices. Shop online at ZieglerSubaruKenosha.com.
Baseball is back, and BetMGM, official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. And all season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boosts. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 426-2537, or by texting ILGAMB to 53342. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Illinois only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. In partnership with Paradise Hotel Casino.
Now it's time to kick back and enjoy the best of the score.
This is Rahimi Harrison Grody on 104.3 The Score, live from Gallagher Way, and we're happy to be joined by the Cubs general manager. Carter Hawkins is here, and during our conversations with Carter Hawkins, we remind you about Pause Chicago's mission to build no-kill communities, end overpopulation of homeless animals, and transform animal welfare. Visit pausechicago.org for more information. Salvation Army is here. We've got a wonderful cause going on there where you can give your gently used clothing, and Pause Chicago. So good vibes all around ahead of what we hope to see, Carter, is a series sweep today.
Yeah, absolutely. And to add on to those good vibes, this morning we celebrated our 100th Cubs Scholar, which is a program that our Cubs Charities does and allows kids in Chicago to go to college that otherwise wouldn't have that opportunity. So, yeah, a lot of good vibes, and be even better vibes if we can take a win today.
Carter, be honest with us. Just be transparent. If I gave you the list of all the players who are on the injured list right now for your team, would you expect to be in a situation where you've won 8 out of 9 and 14 out of 18?
The odds were definitely stacked against us. I'll put it that way. I mean, I think we've all realized in this game that you just don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, both in terms of injuries but also in terms of performance. And our guys have stepped up and taken care of opportunities here in the recent term, and hopefully we just continue to put ourselves in position to win.